Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha, Srimad Varavara Munayae Namaha, Sri Baladanvi Gurave Namaha. Namaskaram one and all, and wish you all a very, very happy first day of Margari. Are you all ready for this journey to experience Thirunamams in Thiruppavai? If so, today is the first day and we are going to experience a beautiful Namam that Andal praises and lauds Sri Krishna with in the first Thiruppavai Margari Tingal. But before entering that, we need to understand why and what is being done in this Thiruppavai. So, as we experienced in Thaniyan yesterday, Andal is just going to try and wake up Sri Krishna and tell him that she loves him and she has come to serve him. But how does she do it? Here we need to understand that Andal represents the Jivatma, and all she's trying to say to the Paramatma, Sri Krishna, is that this Jivatma is a subservient of the Paramatma, which is the true nature of the Jivatma also. That is, to love him and also to serve him eternally. And Andal does this in her own unique way, in a way that none other Arvars have done. As we all know, Andal is this 5-year-old little girl who is growing up in Srivilliputturu, a small village in Tamil Nadu. So there, Andal, from her dear dad, Sri Periyarvar, learns about the beauty of Sri Krishna, all the mischievous acts that he has done, all his valor and might, and everything about Sri Krishna, and falls in love with him. And then she realizes the best way to approach Krishna is to become a Gopika. And hence she decides to pretend and play the role of a Gopika and carry out a vow. In this process, she converts the entire Srivilliputturu as Thiruvaipari, all her friends as Gopikas, and the temple of Vadaperum Koyil Udayan as the house of Nandhagopan Sri Krishna, and the Vadaperum Koyil Udayan as Sri Krishna himself. Commencing on this auspicious first day of Margari, the enchanting enactment of awakening Sri Krishna to profess her love unfolds. Through the first 5 Pasurams of Thiruppavai, she expresses that Sri Krishna or Sriman Narayana is the one who is in all 5 forms of Para, Vyuha, Vibhava, Antaryami and Archai. And then from Pasuram 6 to 15, she's trying to wake up her neighbor Gopikas, that is her friends, and each Gopika represents a type or category of devotee, that's a Bhagavata of Sri Krishna. They also represent 1 Arvar each. And as they all are up, they approach Nandhagopa's house in Pasuram 16. From 16 to 17, they try to wake up Nandagopar and also Yashoda Pirati and also Balarama. From Pasuram 18, 19 and to 20, they try to wake up the Nappinnai Pirati, whom we have already seen is the Purushakara Bhutai in this Sri Krishna Avataram. She is the daughter of Yashoda's brother called Kumbar. And then from Pasuram 21 onwards, it's just celebration of the auspicious qualities of Sri Krishna. So Krishna is almost up and they are having this conversation, just watching his beauty, watching the way he walks, and they are doing Mangala Sasanam to Krishna. And Pasuram 28 is where she also does the Sharanagati, and hence it's called the Sharanagati Vaibhavam. In Pasuram 29, they say that they have come to serve only him and no one else. And then at Pasuram 30, Andal becomes herself, and that becomes the closing Pasuram of this entire Thiruppavai. As we experience the Thirunamams further, we will get more peek into what Thiruppavai is about. But anyway, today being the first day, Andal is going to sing the glory of Krishna, the Mangala Sasanam, with Margari Tingal Pasuram. In this Margari Tingal Pasuram, there are 2 beautiful names that we can see. One is Narayana and the other one is Nandhagopan Kumaran. The Thirunamam Narayana represents both his superiority and also his simplicity. that is Paratvam and Saulabhyam, but predominantly it represents his superiority, he being the creator of this entire world, he being the protector of this entire world. And for today's Anubhavam, we are going to expand more on the second Thirunamam, which is Nandhagopan Kumaran. As we all know, Nandagopar is the foster father of Sri Krishna, and Kumaran means son. So, this name literally means Nandagopar's son. But why is this name so special? And this name, in fact, was given by Andal herself to Sri Krishna. And this name is so special because this very Yemperuman, this very Bhagavan, who is Sakala Jagat Karanan Bhutan and Sakala Jagat Rakshakan, which means the protector and the creator of the entire world, decided to be protected by someone else like Nandagopar. How adorable is that? He who is Ajayamano Bahuta Vijayate, the one who does not have birth, decided to be born and to be called as son of Nandagopar. And how sweet is that? In fact, Yemperuman really aspires, he wishes to be born as someone's child. We aspire to go to the Paramapadam and not have any more birth. But on the contrary, he wants to be born here and he likes to be here because this is the place where we, his children, are. Anyway, but here comes the question. As we all know, Sri Krishna was born in the prison to Vasudeva. But why are we calling him as Nandhagopan Kumaran and not Vasudeva Kumaran? For this, our Purvacharyas give a very beautiful explanation. When we look at the story of Vasudeva, he actually, in his previous birth, did penance for 12,000 years, seeking Emperuman to be born as his child. So Emperuman thought, oh, you have put in so much effort, and so let me be born. All you asked for is to be born, and hey, here you go. I'm your child now. And the very next moment, Vasudeva had to take him and drop him at Nandagopar's house. So this is Vasudeva's story. But on the other hand, Nandagopar did not do any penance. As stated in Upanishad and also in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 11, Yemperuman cannot be won, that is na labhyaha, by medha, which is brain power, or pravachanena, that's by eloquent speech, na bahuna shrutena, or by massive immersive study of scriptures or Veda, or not even by ijya, that is worship, nor by austerities, nor by gifts or sacrifices, and even Veda cannot fully describe him. So how is that you can win him, or how is that you can know him? He whom he chooses, to them he unveils himself and graces them his darshan. And this jackpot was won by Nandagopar, and hence we call him as Nandhagopan Kumaran. That's what it says. In the case of Nandagopar, para, that is Paramatma, gata, arrived, swikara. So he arrived and got hold of Nandagopar. So when we look at Vasudeva and Nandagopa, when we do like a comparison, in the case of Vasudeva, it was his own effort. But in the case of Nandagopar, it was Yemperuman's effort. He wanted to go to Nandagopar. And in the case of Vasudeva, as his name denotes, Vasudeva means the one who is flourished with wealth. So what is the wealth that he had? He had the wealth of sadhana because he was able to do 12,000 years of penance. But if you look at the name of Nandagopar, which originates from Ananda, the one who is always happy, he was happy because he was engrossed in the fruit of all the efforts. What's the fruit of all the effort? Is to be in Krishna Anubhavam. So without making any self-effort, just by Krishna's grace and mercy, he was able to experience Krishna all the time, and hence his name also showcased the bliss that he received, and hence he became Nandagopar. The one and only reason for his anandam or happiness being the foster father of Sri Krishna. And that's why Nandagopar, who's supposed to be a really pious person, became a more aggressive person after the birth of Krishna. He would take utmost care of Sri Krishna that even if an ant crawled underneath his cradle, he would take a big spade and would try to kill it. So that's why Nandagopa, who was so soft, after the birth of Krishna became so aggressive that his hands became red by killing so many ants. And it's also said that the term Kumaran indicates his soft heart for Sri Krishna. When all the gopikas used to come and complain to Krishna about how he stole the butter or even stole their girls, Nandagopal would say, "Oh, is that what Krishna did? Wait, let that boy come my side and I would teach him a real good lesson." But the moment he sees Krishna, who appears to be very disciplined and very innocent, Nandagopal's anger just vanishes away like snow that sees the sun. And then he would think to himself, "Oh my God, how can I blame such a sweet boy?" And thinking this way, he became the most sweet dad of Sri Krishna and hence Nandhagopan Kumaran. And this is what Sri Krishna loved to be called. And even in Sri Ramavataram, he always wanted to be called as Dashratha's son. And likewise in Sri Krishnavataram, he always wanted to be referred as Nandhagopan Kumaran. And let's keep cherishing this Thirunamam. See you all tomorrow with the next Thirunamam. Dhanyasmi Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha.
மார்கழி திங்கள் மதி நிறைந்த நன்னாளால் நீராட போதுவீர் போதுமினோ நேரிழையீர் மார்கழி திங்கள் மதி நிறைந்த நன்னாளால் நீராட போதுவீர் போதுமினோ நேரிழையீர் சீர்மல்குமாய் பாடி செல்வ சிறுமேர்காள் கூர்வேல் கொடுந்தோழிலம் நந்தகோபன் குமரன் சீர்மல்குமாய் பாடி செல்வ சிறுமேர்காள் கூர்வேல் கொடுந்தோழிலம் நந்தகோபன் குமரன் ஏராந்த கண்ணீர் யசோதை இளஞ்சிங்கம் கார்மேனி செங்கண் கதிர் மதியம் போல் மூகத்தான் ஏராந்த கண்ணீர் யசோதை இளஞ்சிங்கம் கார்மேனி செங்கண் கதிர் மதியம் போல் மூகத்தான் நாராயணனே நமக்கே பறை தருவான் பாரோர் புகழ படிந்தேலோர் என் பாவாய் நாராயணனே நமக்கே பறை தருவான் பாரோர் புகழ படிந்தேலோர் எம் பாவாய் பாரோர் புகழ படிந்தேலோர் எம் பாவாய் ஆண்டாள் திருவடிகளே சரணம்.